Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Listen, I realize I have a lot of competition right now. The Brits are all on Carnivore Muscle. Jonathan's on. Carnivore John, Carnivore Teacher, he's on in conjunction with Amy. So Amy's live right now doing the replay, which is perfectly fine because I have notes. So you're probably watching this on the replay, and that is marvelous, darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, typically, you guys see me with a steering wheel in my hand. My car's in the shop. My car is going to be in the shop for quite some time. Who's that? Miss Sandy. Hi, darling. How are you, Sandy? I hope you are warm in Florida. I think you're further downstate, but I did watch the Ryan Hall, y'all, and the north part of Florida is supposed to be getting snow. No, to snow. Who's there? Anna. Anna, hello, friend. Anna, I hear you too in Georgia. Let's highlight you guys. There's Sandy Blythe. There's Anna. So it's my understanding that this snow squall is coming down in the states, southern states, where y'all aren't supposed to get snow. So I think booby goats may be affected. Dr. Barry may be affected. You're going to be affected. Sandy might not. I see Sandy has a comment here. Hey, hi, Lynn. Hi, how are you? Good to see you, Lynn. Absolutely marvelous to see you. Listen, I thought I would be the only person on because all the British people are doing their carnivore talks right now. So, this English girl, English speaking, we all speak English. What am I saying? This girl from northwestern Wisconsin's on. I have notes, which you guys know is very rare for me. Very rare. Sandy said, North Florida, we could get snow. See? That's what I saw on Ryan Hall, y'all. Hey, hi, Sharon. Welcome, 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 friend. And there's Smoothie. Hi, Jerry and everyone. I caught you live. I know, right? And believe it or not, I actually scheduled it, but I'm limiting myself to 2 hours because I need to get off Cindy's new hours. I have to get off by 3 o'clock Central because 3 o'clock Central is 4 Eastern, and that's when Cindy and Brian's going live. Then, after that, Juliet and Doug go on at 5 my time, 5 o'clock Central. And then Amy is going to be talking about her diagnosis. I'm going to be talking about Amy in my notes because today I woke up and my brain was on fire with thoughts that I have. So many thoughts. Let's get through the chat real quick before I start getting into my discussion. It's cold in Georgia, but went to school in South Dakota. Nothing to fear after 4 years there. I believe it. I believe it. Winter weather. Oh my goodness. Michael's on in 30 minutes. I caught yours yesterday. I didn't catch your live. I was making dog food, but I did catch the replay and I did leave a comment, of course. So Michael says hello to Lynn. And hey, Ricky, you're so fine. You're so fine. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Ricky. No copyright. And I really didn't sing it. I kind of whatevered it. Rick, good to see you, said Michael. Hello, Jerry. Hello. Hello, Aaron. How's it going on the egg diet, my love? All the British people are on all the other channels except me. You got the girl from the Midwest with a crappy English accent. Now, would you rather look at Jonathan, Carnivore Muscle, or look at this old fat woman? Well, not really so fat anymore, but I still have a little beef on me. Stop the insanity, Jerry. So crazy. Erin, hello, good to see ya. Says Michael, I saw the pics on Facebook. Yeah, listen, yes, I put it on Facebook. I'm rarely on Facebook. As a matter of fact, I corresponded with the stepdaughter. She left me messages on Facebook Messenger. I don't have the notifications on Facebook Messenger, but I was on putting those and I thought, what is this in the right hand corner? I clicked on it and she left me a message. I don't know, Christmas time. I sent her a $10 gift card, like I sent many of you guys to Costco with my intention for her because she's not a Costco member. I was hoping she'd go in using my common sense and get the 2 chickens for $10 with the gift card and walk out, no tax. She never answered me. She said, "Oh, they have a lot of stuff at Costco." And seriously, really, what can you buy at Costco for $10? Anybody can put anything in the comments because I don't know. I don't think I've ever bought anything at Costco for under 10 other than chicken. But that's the low price leader. So I was thinking if I can get 4 meals out of 1 chicken and my dogs can eat buying 2 chickens all week, alternating chicken and beef, surely she'll get chickens and make meals on a budget. But no, she never answered. Wah, wah, wah. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. I am so glad that you guys are all here. And I'm glad that you're actually going to witness me with notes this time and not a steering wheel and a scroll moment. Oh, BB says that you are cleaning 2 pounds of shrimp right now, so I can type. LOL. Oh, maybe can't type. Yeah, yesterday, I don't remember. Was that Barbara's channel? I was making chicken bone broth from the 2 chicken carcasses from the dog food because I give my dogs bone broth. I'll have it myself and the new clients coming into the picture so they'll get a chance to sample some. And I make chicken gravy for the dogs' dog food. I made the dogs a chuck roast in the pressure cooker and I was dehydrating bacon. If you saw that video about the new dehydrator with the bacon, it looks awesome. For the dogs, I'm completely out of dog snacks. The dogs just eat us out of the house. The dogs eat too many dog snacks, in my opinion. But that's another video all to itself. Stop talking, Jerry. Get on with the show. Say hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we have that. I'm sorry. I'm going bass-ackwards, like the kids say, or like I say. Okay, I'm going to end up at Lynn's so that I know where it is. So this morning, I woke up. Well, first off, I was late with Dustin, listening on my earbuds to Dustin at 2 times. Dustin talks slow. If you would listen to me at 2 times the level talking, it would be Chipmunks or Charlie Brown teacher. Because I talk fast. Dustin speaks slowly. He answers all the questions. He has a pleasant, slow voice. I listen to him double time, and I can actually understand what he has to say when he talks. Hi, I'm from Southern Wisconsin. Well, hey, Cheryl. Southern Wisconsin, Cheryl Edwards. Our girls live in Kenosha, Wisconsin, so I don't know if you're that far south, but she just asked me today this is funny. She asked me on Messenger. She said, "How did your live go?" And I laughed because you guys know, typically I do what I call a nooner live every day behind the wheel. Now that they've changed my work hours, let's not forget the fact that my vehicle is down right now. And this new vehicle, I didn't take the camera holder from my vehicle to put it in the new one. So we're going to have to let it rest at least for a couple days until I get my vehicle back. Hopefully not at a pricey, it won't be a pricey ticket at the dealer, but it is what it is. I need tires and rims before traveling down to Amy's, and then we will go down to Keto Palooza. So, shoot, I think I'm going to be working for another year. It never fails. I'm getting caught up on the bills, and then something else happens. But isn't that like that ding dong devil to pull some shenanigans on me? Ugh. Ugh. And Rick is from New Hampshire. Yes, he is New Hampshire, and he's saying hello. So is my sweet friend Lynn, otherwise known as what I call her, the Keto Kitty. Meow, meow. Marvelous. Okay, let me continue on with my notes. I thought, if you didn't know me from Adam, is that expression right? And I just walked up to you and I said, eat this. What would you do? Okay, I shouldn't say a lot of you, all of you on this feed know me from YouTube, but you don't know me. You may know that I have been a caterer. You may understand that I do a carnivore way of eating. You may respectfully turn me down and say, no, I don't know you, YouTuber lady. Why would I just eat random food from you? What is it? What is it? Wouldn't you want to ask that? What is it? What are you feeding me here? Clearly, you can see bacon. You know what bacon is. But why are we, as members in this society, in the world, why do we just eat random food from random boxes? Some people, I'm giving a general statement now. Why are we just accepting whatever the nutritional labeling says on a box as gospel, as they say, verbatim? Well, okay, it says it's got 2 carbs and 2,000 grams of sodium. The world is designed to make us unhealthy. It really is. Having things like Doritos, for example. Doritos are a food that started in a lab. Wait a minute, Jerry. I've read the labels and I know it says corn on there. I know it does. But if you haven't heard me use this analogy before, pardon me, about Doritos, it can say corn on the label, but look at all those other ingredients and stabilizers and fake cheeses, all these lab created things that we're just kind of randomly shoving our pie holes. A pound of Doritos costs, wherever you're from, I'll giving a general statement, a pound of Doritos in this contiguous United States costs more than 1 pound of grass-fed beef. Bet me on it. Oh, you may get it on sale, and you might get the generic version of Doritos, whatever the case may be. But how many people really understand that Doritos were made in a lab by scientists, food scientists, people just like me that are giving you food saying, here, eat this. Here, try this. Look at what happened at, I actually have props. Did you see me last week at Costco with all the samples? And usually, you guys know I'm sassy and I can be belittling and say sassy things. Think sassy things. Okay, say more sassy things than I think. But that sandwich thing, people were going nuts over that. And it had, I don't know how many ingredients in it. Food was being dropped on the floor. Now it's a safety hazard. Everybody seems to want to eat, stop, grab the food and eat right then and there, as opposed to just grab and go. Well, as I was heading to the register, I noticed that they had these Archers, the original sausages. Sorry about the light. I know, my light over there. So I asked the girl. She was cutting them up with scissors and putting them She takes this sausage, cuts them up in 3 pieces, and offers a sample to people. So I told her, because I was last Saturday, I said, I'm fasting. May I have a whole one of these? And she gave me a whole one. Good for me. I just grabbed, put it in my pocket, went, ate it on, I think I ate it on Monday because I found it in my pocket. Never be afraid to ask for a whole one of those at Costco. They will give it to you. I'm going to continue on with my notes here. Look at Amy. Amy, what are you doing? Amy, I love you. I love you, girl, but you were supposed to be at your live right now. I am talking about you, Amy. I have you in my notes to be able to talk about you, not behind your back kind of about you, but I'm talking about you today. So everybody's going to say hello to Amy, and you're going to say hi to everybody right back, because we love Amy. We love her to pieces. Seen a sign today, Doritos 9.6 ounce bag for $3.99. There you go. Right there. SMH. Shaking my head. Just saying, right? And Lynn saying, hi to you, Smoothie. Hello. There is a ton of, you guys know I'm a Christian, okay? So when I look and do my Bible passages every day, sometimes the word just comes to me as it applies to my real life. And the Bible talks about, I'm not the type of person that can quote scripture and verse. John 3:16. Who doesn't know John 3:16? Even as a Catholic, I knew John 3:16, but there is a ton of information in that Bible, in the Bible, about life, about mold, what to eat, what not to eat. Deuteronomy I pulled up today, and it made me think of that. And I thought, wow, this is the book of life and death. It really is. It is the book for living. But as a Christian, I believe is different than other religions, because I don't know other religions. I just know God in heaven and Jesus that was sent down. This isn't a religious channel, and I'm not going on religious tangents. I'm just speaking about what I know and what I do in the course of my day. I choose life. And what I found in Deuteronomy today, and I wrote a quick note from Deuteronomy because that was at the side of my bed. In Deuteronomy, it said, choose life so you and your offspring shall live. Shoo! Mind blown. Completely mind blown. I thought of the crud. I fed my son off of a sales flyer every week. We had a grocery store in southeastern Wisconsin. Let me take a sip of coffee. Pardon me for a moment. We had a grocery store in southeastern Wisconsin called Pick and Save. And at Pick and Save, the flyer usually reflected the sale items to lure you in the store. Why do you think they put the milk way at the end? So you have to go through the entire store. They don't suspect a lot of people. Hey, Kevin's here. Hi, Kevin. Thank you very much for sharing me on Reddit. I appreciate it, sir. And we all know everybody loves Kevin, so we're all saying hello to Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Amy. I keep going back and forth to the chat because I don't want to miss not saying hello to everybody. Hit the like button. Well, thank you, Ricky. Again, you're so fine. I thank you ever so much. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Michael. Hello. There's Cheryl. She's new. She's from the southern part of Wisconsin, she said. Hooray. Hooray. We had a Pick and Save like 50 years ago, really, down in Florida. Wow. Wow, wow. I wonder if it's the same chain. Actually, it was a chain that was part of Brownies. Is Pick and Safe still a thing? I know Festival Foods is a thing down in Kenosha. And speaking of the family and what I was referring to about what I read in Deuteronomy today, I thought even at Christmas time, what I do, what I we didn't go to Kenosha this year by the kids, but I want to feed people the family foods that I want to eat, foods that don't have any additives, foods that are good for our bodies, our brain, etc. So when I bring the paleo version of Doritos, limited ingredients, of course, cooked in avocado oil, of course, because seed oils, inflammation. No, speaking of inflammation, to me, for my inflammation Friday food debacle, I feel jowly. I do. I feel a little jowly. The scale reflected me gaining a pound. I'm not going nuts about it, okay? I have gone since my last weigh in before when going back to normal eating. I have gained 5 pounds, but that's okay. I haven't gained 7, 12, 15. I haven't seen my face go from, okay, this is a 198-pound face to 200-pound face. I weighed 198, 200, same thing, to a 225-pound face like I was. When I started, I was 228 and I lost in the fasting alone, which is not a diet plan. That wasn't my goal. My goal is always prayerfully do this fast, clean my body of stuff. And I had a lot of medical things that I needed to do, not to mention the new hip and things. And that, I think, is why I went past the 12 days of having constant stomach upset, urgencies to use the restroom upset for the entire 40 days. Not happened to me ever before, not at all. But this year, I'm thinking along the lines more of thinking progress. Don't think perfection. And I looked, now there comes the Amy part now. Amy posted yesterday, is when I commented, I think I did. Look at how Amy was. Amy was like me. Amy is about as tall as me. She's old enough to be my kid because if you think of it, some people have kids when they're young, kids themselves, if you will. So she's not turned 50 yet, and I will be 65 in February, so I can use the Barbara excuse. I'm 65 years old. The perfection thing, that's down the tubes. I'm gonna have the flab. I'm gonna have the pouch, the pocket, the kangaroo belly, whatever you want to call it. But everybody's got to start somewhere. And when you start, it leads to life. You can't say, I had the chicken on Friday from Quick Trip. It was so good. I'm going to have it again. Peel my skin like I did with the breading, the batter. Peel it. I'm going to do it again next week. No, because I know better. When you know better, you do better. And it was still cooked in seed oils. At Quick Trip, they do not cook in beef tallow like I do in my house. But anybody, imagine yourself what you would look like in a week. I noticed in my own face what inflammation looks like on me in a day. from eating those seed oils. Imagine what I would look like in a week, in a month, 6 months, a year. Same with you. Envision what the better you will be with progress, not perfection. Yes, you're going to fall. Things are going to happen, but you can't say while you're down, well, doggone it, I'm already down. I'm real close to that bottom shelf of Fritos and Doritos. I'm just gonna lay down here and just keep shoving my face full of that crud. No. Remember, stay the course. Stay the course. The road is wide with all the stuff that's available from a lab that was made for you. But the path is narrow, and you have to stay on the narrow path. Look at what I did. I crawled on the narrow path for a block to get to my house. Am I going to cry about it? Wah, wah. Nope, it's life. Move on. MoveOn.org. That's right. Amy just said she's going to be 50 on March 2nd. Yes, and I will be 65 on February 18th. Yes. Sharon's in the house here. Sharon's here. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sharon. Whoopsie daisy. Sandy said we had to pick a day. Oh, that's where we ended up. There we go. There's my girl, Sharon. Jerry's birthday is February 18th. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. I'm going to be 65, and that number does not scare me one bit. I could be your mother too, Amy. Crazy, right? I know. Amy is the mother of the Avengers, and we could be Amy's mothers. True. Cheers from Oregon. Hi, Angel. How are you from Oregon? Angel, that is my granddaughter's name. Linda, the oldest daughter, that's her oldest daughter's name, Angel. I have a sister, and her birthday's March 14th, said Michael. Happy birthday to everybody. Hi, Angel, says Lynn. Awesome, Michael, says Amy. And hey, all. First live. I turned 50 last October. Since we're sharing, well, happy birthday to you. And I've seen you on Dustin's channel. Oh, my Lanta, why can't I think of your name? Please put your name. Jaqueline? Why does this Jaqueline sound familiar? Is it Jaqueline? Oh, what? I think Lynn knows it. Lynn's got it. There we go. I think your full name is Jaqueline. I believe that's what Dustin calls you. I just left you a voice note on your reply to my post. Well, excellent. I just put my reply to your post right before I started the live. So I will check it out later. There's Ricky saying hello and happy belated birthday. Of course, happy belated birthday. And there's a whole bunch of emojis and thumbs up and blue hearts and all the good things. His name is JJ, Jerry. Excellent. Thank you very much. Who is Jaqueline then? I don't know. I'm having a Dustin moment right now. I don't know. I'm so glad that you guys are all here with me. Good afternoon, Dustin. We spent the morning with Dustin, and now we're spending this short period of time. Jacqueline is Jackie. Jaqueline? Jacqueline is Jackie. Okay, so you just call her Jaqueline because of the Q. I think that's it. Because we have to learn Dustin speak. Jaqueline, LOL. Jackie Smith. Excellent. So glad that you guys are here. So glad. Okay, let's continue on with my notes and keep me on track so I'm not late for Cindy. Food is a miracle. Listen, you guys, I've said it before. I I make fun, I make light of some Bible things. I think God has a good sense of humor. I think Jesus had to have a good sense of humor to live with all those crazy people he had to live with during the time. If you know, you know. So many crazy people, and we still have these crazy people today. So I've said before, I have said the Garden of Eden, which y'all call Eden, I have called the Garden of Eden because I think God made the Garden of Eden for the animals to be eating from. I think the animals should have ate the plants, but in the Bible, here in the Bible, I looked this up today. In Genesis, it's written down 129 through 31 that God wrote in Genesis, it's written, I give you every plant, every seed, and God saw it, and God said it was good. So, why are us carnivore people, me too, saying that plants are bad? Plants were fine when I was keto. The raspberries, that was not fine this last summer when I went off of my ketogenic journey and went down that route. But in the same breath, cream comes from a cow. And on my mother's birthday this year, I had a piece of oopsie cake like I always have. And I didn't feel so good. I felt as though my head was full of stuff. My nose was running. It was just a faucet, in my opinion. Now, could I have taken better care and gone slowly introducing foods? I'm sure I could have. But once I ate that cake, I knew it had the eggs in there. It had the cream cheese in there, which was Philadelphia. It wasn't anything organic. It had the organic cream in there. Wasn't pasture grass fed cream though, which I understand. Sharon was explaining that to me yesterday about the pasture raised and is different than organic. So I get it. But it just told me I can't do dairy. Me personally, you do you. I just find it hard for me to, using the Quick Trip analogy, to this week have another Quick Trip chicken, breaded or whatever chicken that they cook in their seed oils, in another week, and another week, and another week, and then having a Quick Trip, what they call a burger, isn't a burger. I explained that yesterday. It's a meat patty that is akin to a meatloaf, shaped in a patty, put into a bun, and I used to eat those. Just the patties. I would go into Quick Trip and order those until it tasted a lot different than the QVC burgers that I was getting, and the butcher box burgers that I was getting, and the grass-fed meat I was getting from Aldi. Your taste buds know, your senses know. I knew the difference in having that cream. I did almost right away. Here's Dustin. Yes, I call her that because of Keenan and Peele's skit. Okay, I've never seen that. I'm an old woman. I'm Dustin. I'm old. Maybe you're old enough to be my kid too. I don't know. Wait a minute. You said you were born in 79. I think you said that. That's when I graduated high school. Dustin, you could be my kid. You could be. Just saying. Show a little respect to your almost mother. Okay. Your Midwest mama. I'll send you a video of this skit, Jerry. Thank you. Oh, too funny. The Jesus in The Chosen is my perfect picture of Jesus in my mind. Yes, me too. Why do we all have that same picture of that same Jesus? We just do. Nobody has a picture of God. We think of God as clouds and light and super white, bright sky. That's what we do when we think of God. God. I sound like Rush Limbaugh. God. Talent on loan from God, Rush would say. Okay, here is. I imagine if we were in a situation with no food abundance like we have now, two, not eat veggies and berries and whatever you could find to not starve. We're living in an unprecedented time in history, 100%. We really have so much food, but yet, why are people still starving? It's sad. I want to be able to help people. Listen, I'll give the Costco card to the daughter, knowing that she's strapped financially, with the intention in my brain to tell her I can eat 4 meals out of one Costco chicken. I know everybody, not the best ingredients, what they sprinkle on it. It's got whatever shenanigans we shouldn't eat. I don't eat the skin. I peel it off. I feed it to my dogs. A lot of the times, if I think about it, I'll rinse it off. But I'm usually in a hurry. I tear up the chicken, put it in their bowls, or measure it out, weigh it, bag it. I'm heading out the door doing something. Well, this week I'm down with I almost said the S word. I'm down with the knees. So while they're healing, I'm really not doing too much. But my intention was to buy her the chicken, get her the little thermos so she could make, whether she made a chicken soup or a chicken casserole or a chicken, whatever type of chicken. We all know we've all done the different chickens before. She never answered that question. She probably didn't buy chicken. What do you buy for $10 at Costco? Please, please. I still just think food is a miracle. I just do. I love it. I know that diets don't work. Ask me why I know, because I've tried every diet known to man, except something I didn't try was that new trend, the potato diet, that came on after the keto diet that I was on. That I remember. I don't ever. I remember the cabbage soup diet, the Weight Watchers diet, you name it, I was on it. Not the potato diet, and I wouldn't go on the potato diet either. Mm. I knew a couple people that were YouTubers that were doing the potato diet. Unfortunately, they both had cancer. I'm not saying they got cancer. This is not a medical channel. I'm not a medical professional. I am merely a coach teaching people belly to belly. I have face to face clients. I don't do internet people because for me it's like being a realtor. I have to see you, touch you, be able to, Dustin, be nice, be able to guide you in a way that's more personable than if I'd see you on the internet. I have a new client and he starts next week with me. Young kid. He was diagnosed by his doctor to have a heart issue. He noticed that I lost a lot of weight. He doesn't understand, as many kids don't. He's under 25 years old. He doesn't understand the concept of fasting, not to mention the prayer with the fasting. Why are you starving yourself, old woman that I work with? He's probably thinking they don't work. Like I said, the road is narrow. I said I am willing to teach him for a week what to eat, how to eat, the showing him that you can have a main dish, let's say it's a burger, and a side dish, which may be some shrimp or some scallops as a side. You don't, and then he says, I really don't like vegetables. I said, that's really good because I really won't feed you vegetables. I didn't say I don't like them either. I said I won't feed them to you. What he does after this week is totally up to him. He hired me for 1 week. It's up to me to see if he's going to continue on. Now, I saw him out of the corner of my eyes as I was eating my seed oil chicken from Quick Trip, eating one of those little Dorito. No, not it wasn't Dorito. I don't know what they're called. Pringles. Eating a little Pringle from the vending box machine that we have there, and then some other crud he was eating. And I thought to myself, things that only I would think to myself, never articulating the truth. That's not going to keep this kid full. No wonder he has a heart issue. But I am not a doctor. I'm not going to tell him anything about medical advice. I'm just going to show him how I eat to be able to sustain my life. Now, do I even have this picture? Oh, wow, my phone shut off. Crud. I want to show you this picture. I'm sure you guys are all my friends. This side by side picture of our girl Amy. Ah, shoot, I have to turn the light off. I'm going to show this. I know many of you have already seen it. Look at this. This is what I know to be what I saw myself. See the picture in the purplish with the glasses that are metal purplish shirt. She's got the purplish shirt, kind of plungy. And then the other side, I'm not going to say right or left because I don't know where your right or left is, where her hair is up. Look at the inflammation right there. That, folks, is inflammation. Yes, yes, indeed. I can tell on myself when my face gets full and I become inflamed. I can see it. I wish, oh shoot, why is my phone making these noises? I wish people would be more truthful with me and say to me, Jerry, it looks like maybe you're filling out a little. Why doesn't people say fat? Because it's not polite. Nobody's going to come and say, hey, Jerry, you look like fatty McFatness. No, well, that's kind of rude. Like Dustin always says, rude. That would be rude. If you don't know the person, you just up and say something like that. But if you're a good friend of somebody's and you mention, Jerry, I noticed that you seem a bit more inflamed. How are things going? Not so much about what your food is or did you slip up again and have another Quick Trip chicken battered dinner and seed oils, fatty McFatness? No, you don't want to say something like that. Let's get to the chat. Speaking of, I was talking about you. People are starving with their bellies full. Bingo. Eating like that kid at work, eating these foods, these Franken foods, these lab created food shenanigans. Places in the planet with no food abundance is politically motivated starvation. Who's this? Running tap 12. Hiya, Jerry. It's Jeannie from Australia. Hi, Jeannie. You have a most unique voice. Now, were you listening to my voice when I was doing a British accent? This is the Midwestern accent. I think I have a Midwestern accent. I'm from Wisconsin. Wisconsin people think I'm from down south. Where is down south? Could be Tennessee, could be Florida. when I'm in Florida, people sound like me. I could be a Floridian, I guess. But thank you. I think that's a compliment. I hope it's not one of those grating fingernails on a chalkboard voices. Oh, that would be just so wrong. So wrong. And Lynn saying hello to you as well as you were saying hello to Lynn. Lynn is my moderator extraordinaire, might I add. I couldn't do the potato diet, dry potato with no salt. Yeah. Do they even do butter on it? Probably. I doubt it. Or sour cream. No, me either. Me either. Okay, here we go. JJ here. OMG, cabbage soup diet. Been there, done that. I lost about 60 pounds doing Weight Watchers way back when. But then I started working the overnight shift. Me too. And when I started gaining weight, I quit. Okay, now you probably quit the job. I'm still in the job this year on June 3rd. It will be my 15th year. I planned on retiring this year due to the conditions. Dustin even pointed it out too. Conditions of the current economy. Am I going to continue to keep working? It seems like the old money pit Denali that I own is costing me money. However, it's a paid off vehicle. I don't have car payments. So for me to justify getting the repairs that I have to have done, it has to be done. Similar to my back surgery and my hip surgery. It had to be done. Uh Weight Watchers, yeah, I have been there. Do you know Weight Watchers now is extolling the virtues of a GLP-1? They are. Oprah did it. Oprah was part of Weight Watchers. So, like they say, if it's good for Oprah, right? Right? Hello, listening on TV while listing on eBay. Well, Cindy, I'm trying to hurry, Cindy. I know you are on in 1 hour and 15 minutes, so I plan on being off to watch your show. I'm relaxing. I am chillaxing after the frostbite. I'm sure you saw my post on Facebook. I put that on there. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. We are such a lovely, loving, welcoming group here. Hey, retired Rick is here. Hi, Rick. Rick, are you doing the egg diet with Aaron now? Inquiring minds want to know. I kind of, sort of, miss sardines. After watching you guys eat those sardines, I wanted them. I'm, well, other than my chicken incident, Jerry, don't keep throwing that up in your own face again. Other than my Friday chicken incident, at least I didn't stop at Culver's and got ice cream. I really want sardines. And now that I'll be watching you guys eating eggs, I'll be wanting eggs too. I miss ground beef and hard boiled eggs together to sop up the grease. So the 80-20 ground beef that I buy in the store isn't 80-20 because the egg yolks and the eggs just suck up all the grease and it's so good. Throw some Frank's on it because Frank's, that SHI, is good on everything. If you know, you know. Love Frank's. Yes, it was a compliment. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. I thank you kindly. Rick is saying hello to Lynn, and Ricky is saying hello to Rick, and Rick is saying hello to Ricky. He's not singing "You're So Fine." Did you notice that, Ricky? He's not singing it like I sing to you. JJ says, I quit WW. In Wisconsin, this is for the Badgers, the W. Not this. Got to do it the Wisconsin way. Wisconsin. How about that accent? I quit the WW, Weight Watchers. That was back before I went back to school. I was a restaurant manager at Burger King and working overnight as a stocker at Walmart. I've since quit both. I've been teaching for 18 years. Fabulous. Just fabulous. Second shift was hard for me. I talked about this. Oh, shoot. Did I talk about this today? I don't remember. But when I was just hired on in June 15 years ago at the place I work, it was on my son's birthday, October 19th. Why do things have to happen usually on people's birthdays or the days they die in my life? Easy to remember. My dad died on my ex husband's birthday. Why? 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 So it was October and I'm feeling like an elephant stepping on my chest. I just started this job. I was working for Manpower at the time for a year and a half, and they were doing hiring freezes. No, we're not going to hire. Okay, we're all going to hire. Okay, we're going to hire this person, but we're not going to hire you, Jerry. Now we're going to hire that. Then came, it was my turn. Then I was hired on. But that was June, July, August, September, October. I'm having a heart attack right there at work. I could not, I refused to believe it. I said, I know what the symptoms are. I was an EMT. I'm having a heart attack right here, right now, at my new job. I don't know these people from Adam. If I hit the floor and die at work, it's double indemnity. Who does that benefit? Who gets paid the $4 million from me hitting the concrete, having a heart attack at the plant? The husband does. And his new wife, hello, that bimbo, no. So I worked the whole entire day. Second shift. When I got home, I told the husband, I'm I had a heart attack. I need to be driven to the Mayo Clinic. And he drove me to Mayo. Now, I didn't realize to what extent. Did I think they were going to crack my chest open? No. They went in, did a couple of stints. I stayed for a while. I was off for a couple of months because that's just what they did at the time, years ago. And thank the Lord I got my act together. I had a cardiologist that told me point blank, straight up in my face, listen, you either change your life or you're going to end up like, and then because they know the family history, you're going to end up like your mother with cancer. Your father had a heart attack, and there's strokes in my mother's side of the family, and cancer is so predominant over there, prevalent on that side of the family. Or you could be like your sister or your grandmother, your dad's side of the family that lost her toe, then her foot, then they went slowly up the leg. No. So listen, whoever you are out there, or the mirror I'm looking at right now, Jerry, the mirror I'm looking at right now, before you think one bit, Jerry, about putting that piece of luscious, real garlic bread in your trap with a real side of Italian lasagna, think twice. That one bite will lead to the complete entree. Before you know it, I'm eating the entire 9 by 13. And next week, I'm going to the store and I'm going to stock my freezer up with plenty of lasagnas to pull out at any given moment. That's what I can't do. I must abstain. I must have that happy memory. Will there ever in my life be a time I'm ever going to eat a salad again? Ever? I don't know. I don't know. If you're going to tell me tomorrow I'm going to eat a salad, I'm going to tell you you are crazy because I don't have any of those ingredients in my refrigerator. And I'm not going to go to the store and seek out the vegetables to make that salad. Things could be worse, right? Right? So to my face, before I shove in the soup hole stuff that I know better, because when you know better, you do better. What's it going to do? What did that seed oil do to my face after eating it on Friday? That was a bad mistake. Took the rest of the food. I'm not going to throw the food out. I've got German Shepherds. They're going to eat the seed oil mess. I'm not going to. Jack won't eat it. No. He's not going to do it. No. And working second shift, JJ, just like you, that sucks. That sucks for trying to lose weight. I eat eggs, but I'm not in that challenge. LOL. It looks like, I'm going to assume that you're saying I need variety? A party in my mouth. Party in the mouth. SMH Cast Schmoo Cast. How are you? Good afternoon. I am glad that you are here. Thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. It's only in recent years that I've realized what a total con diet program like Weight Watchers are. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the money. Listen, let me do a couple more of these quick. Lynn is saying hello to you. Schmoocast. And we know Michael's on a seafood diet. He sees the food and he eats it. Michael needs to gain weight. People have gained weight doing the carnivore way of eating, Michael. They have actually done that. I don't know if you're willing to do that. I know you like sandwiches and I know you like burgers. That I know. And Ricky's saying hello to you, SMH Cast. And you're saying hello to everybody too. This is marvelous. LOL, Michael. Seafood diet. I'll take lasagna over salad. Yeah, I know. But am I ever going to eat a salad though? I don't know. Could happen. Soup hole. That's what this is. It's a soup hole. Shove it in the soup hole. There's that old saying. It's not a biblical saying. I'm going to twist it into the Bible because that's how I roll. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Look first before you speak. Listen. There's more listening. You got double of these and 1 of these. Listen before you speak. Look before you speak. Don't yuck somebody's yum. That's another saying. So just because I made my canned salad last week, y'all were just hating on me because of it. You all were yucking my yum with my canned salad, with the sardines and all that. Well, the customer that I work with, that I made it for, she loved it. She loved the omegas. She told me today on text message that she got on scale. She goes on the scale once a week. I'm an everyday type of scale girl. She said she lost 5 pounds last week. I said, what? Just eating simple foods. She started out like I'm doing with this kid tomorrow. She started out with a week of Jerry feeding. 1 week, I will feed you. The second week, it's on you. I think I pretty much set a good foundation for you, what you're supposed to eat. Don't go to that wall of danger, the vending wall, and eat Pringles, because that just fills you up for those 5 minutes. You just shoved something in your mouth because you thought, okay, it's $2, I can afford it, or it's something quick, or I'm bored, or you know what? I remember what lasagna used to taste like. Therefore, I have to have that. I got to abstain. I cannot moderate. That 1 scoop of ice cream leads to a quart that I'm eating going up the freeway from Eau Claire to my house. I have done it before. I have eaten a quart of ice cream in the 30-minute, 40-minute drive by myself. So wrong on so many levels. Hi, Paula. Hi, how are you? Hello to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Lynn is welcoming you as well. I can't believe I'm actually keeping up with the chat today. Who am I? That's because I took notes. That's who I am. Hey, all. I believe, Holly says, I believe Weight Watchers stunted my growth. My mom put me in Weight Watchers. Yeah, same thing. Against our doctor's advice and Weight Watchers advice when I was about 10 years old. I did a program like that. My first program that I was in with my mother was TOPS, Take Off Pounds Sensibly, TOPS. And then my mother had bought this candy. It was called AIDS, but I think it wasn't spelled like the diagnosis. I don't remember, but it was one of those piece of, let's call it fudge. It was some type of sugar-free candy, which supposedly satiated you. Oh, you're having a little something sugar. This little piece is just fine. The AIDS diet plan, they called it. Well, they got rid of that once the diagnosis, the AIDS came to fruition in America in the early 80s. I know. I worked in a hospital back then. I worked on an ambulance back then. We had to completely gown up, face shield, everything. Back then, it was a death sentence. You were told, oh, don't go near people with AIDS. You are going to die. Wow, perception. Wowzer. Everybody's still saying hello to adopted mom. Thank you so much. You're adopted mom. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. Adopted AIDS. There we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. AIDS. I thought that, but the can't think of the whole term. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS. Am I right? I think so. Somebody will correct me, which is fine. I appreciate that. I do. So, like the expression was, that you have the two eyes to see or whatever. You can see the beauty of how beautiful presentation is. They do say you eat with your eyes first, don't they? It's a pleasurable thing. You hear the sounds of cooking. You smell. I don't know if you're anything like me. I'm not a timer cooker. I cook by the nose. So when it smells right, then I smell like, I think that lasagna is done right now. It smells done. I'll take it out. Then I'll temp it, of course. But I know that God has created we're all just a marvelous creation by God, and how he doubled up the eyes and the ears and only the one mouth. Very important. Now, with any of the new clients and customers that I work with, I'll tell them straight out, it has helped ground me and center me and helped me. I've never gotten from a physician a diagnosis of any sort of, I don't know, depressionary issue where I need pills, potions, or lotions. I was on Plexus. I'll explain that later to you guys too. So if ever I talk about myself and what the carnivore diet has done for me, a couple of years ago, I'd be completely stressed. I'm so stressed. I have to go out and eat this entire family-sized bag of Lay's potato chips at Sam's Club because that's what they sell. And you got to buy two because that's what the sticker says. You buy two and you eat the whole thing yourself. When Krispy Kreme donuts came out, the husband and I went to Krispy Kreme. They said, when you go, get 2 dozen donuts because from Krispy Kreme to your house, you will devour 1 dozen and then have the second dozen to enjoy the next day. Not as good as the first day, but it's not as good. That memory was fun that Jack and I experienced it and we did it together. Fun experience. Nah, that taste is not as good as the way this girl feels right now. I knew what I felt like after having one piece of oopsie cake a week ago. I know what I looked like after eating the seed oils from Quick Trip. And I know I don't want to feel that way again. I don't want the floodgates to open up and keep using Kleenexes. Usually, you should, after a while, have a light bulb moment. Usually, you should. You can't keep saying, Jerry, that lasagna was so, and keep talking about lasagna because I will soon talk myself back into a lasagna. I cannot do it. So, what I will guide and teach other people is you can't do something for yourself that's going to keep causing you to feel a certain way that isn't optimal. If you know, you know. People that have mental health, they have prescriptions for them. I know that. I'm not that naive not to know that prescriptions are out there and you cannot go from taking a pill, whatever that pill is, to stopping it. You cannot do that. No, you must consult your doctor. That's funny because what it has some my 40-day fast. Somebody in the chat asked me if I checked with my hip surgeon, because that was the last doctor that I dealt with. If I checked with the hip surgeon, if it's okay for me to fast. And I didn't. Technically, it's going against medical rules, right? I can guarantee you that all of my Mayo Clinic doctors will say I was in the wrong for fasting for 40 days. Where were they for the last 14 years? This is the 15th year. They know about it. I'll talk about it. They get my blood reports and they tell me, oh, Jerry, your vitamin D is too high. Whatever, I'm 98. I listen to them like the Snoopy or, yes, Peanuts character, the teacher. Wah, 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 wah. That's like the time they told Jack to see a nutritionist. And on her desk, it was the beautiful decanter of all the different M&M peanut colors. And the woman had to have been bouncing over 350 on a scale. She was going to tell Jack what to eat. Here, have half of a banana. Eat only one piece of toast. Try a half a cup of oatmeal. How about you get rid of this M&M container on your desk and you go back to school? Oh, don't say anything. No, I didn't say anything. I did not say anything to her. I thought it, but I didn't. Here we go. There we go. AIDS, Dr. Fauci, if you know, you know. Bingo. Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Winner. Holly says, my first nursing job in the late 90s, we had a patient that was HIV positive and with TB, tuberculosis, that would bite their cheeks to bleed them, spit blood at us. It was a scary time. Yes. And that's when, well, at the time when we owned the ambulance company, that's when my then husband, now ex-husband, April 19th, same day my dad died. That's when he told me, you need to just stay in the office and get off the rig. I could do things behind the scenes, but no, he felt it was too dangerous. Nice guy. Oh, that's another story. If you know, you know. Those of you out there do know. AIDS. My mom had them in her sewing machine drawers, and we'd sneak them. Yes, yes, me too. She didn't have it in her sewing. She had it on her top drawer. It was the top drawer. That's where she kept them. Well, we snuck those, and then eventually I ended up sneaking her more cigarettes. I take out $1 or $2 out of her purse. I needed 50 cents to get a soda at Mark's Big Boy. Big Boy was a thing down the block from our high school, St. Joe and Antietam. I talked about that yesterday. So again, if I'm going to have to lead it into Bible talk, it's all written there in the Bible. What's good to eat, what's good to be able to do, overall general rule of life, really, if you're a Christian like me. Who said that? Let food be thy medicine, and let medicine be your food. Who said that? Somebody put that in there. I didn't. That is not part of the notes. I just thought of it. I had a squirrel moment, and I've got notes. Go figure. I just want energy. I want this energy that I have to continue on to bless me like this. I don't want to think negative thoughts because of a diet or because of foods that make me feel or think terribly. I don't like feeling depressed. I don't like that old Jerry that used to just stay home and eat stuff, eat garbage. I call it garbage, garbage. I remember when Jack was very, very heavy too. I kind of sort of put it on him. You know, he was a single man. After his divorce, he dated, and then we met, dated, got married. I put the weight on him. Jack is the type of person goes to the doctor, give me the pill, give me the surgery, fix this. I don't like this feeling. Fix me now. Fix it. To that I say, Jerry, you fix yourself. I know what a GLP-1 does. I've watched enough people. I personally, Jerry, just me, nobody else, no judgment on anybody that does it. But GLP to me, Jerry, look, please. One, think of yourself. Girl, look, please. GLP. Avoid it. Girl, look. Somebody needs to talk to me that way. Girl, look. Please. You don't need a GLP. You probably need your teeth wired shut. No, I'm just joking. That's a joke. I need to step away from any thoughts about food, any sampling of anything. I need to abstain. How I come about training my belly to belly handshake face to face customers is a whole lot less intense than how I talk to you on a computer. I talk all big, powerful, and mighty. When I'm sitting with a client face to face, and they're usually in the break room of my job, people look at me and they go, "You're a coach? I thought maybe you were just taking the GLP diet." I said, "You know what GLP stands for?" Jerry, look, please. And then I roll my eyes. Every time you hear GLP, you're going to think of this. Girl, if you're a girl, look, please. Number one. Think of number one. That's my GLP-1 story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't need a shot. I don't need a quick fix for nothing in my life. I just need, like I said with the kid, my one and done only child. I had to get him from birth to age 18. Once I got him to college, it's up to you now. You got to fly. You have to fly. Doesn't mean I diss my child. The child came from a broken home, divorced parents. Many people on the internet have divorced parents that have been divorced maybe even a couple of times. Can't use that as an excuse. I can't. Let's stick to this. Whoops, there we go. There's my friend Sharon. See, I can always count on Sharon. Hypocrite. Sharon, I've just gotten. There's the word, everybody. Look at the bottom of the hypocrite. I can't even say the word. Sharon, I make up words. You know I do. Thank you, Sharon. LOL, I can't spell him. That's okay. I can't say him. That's why I need Sharon in my life. I need you in my life, Sharon. What's Michael's got a burger. That means he's eating. Good. See, I need you, Sharon, my sister from another mister on the coast, the East Coast. There you go. Smoothie, she is wonderful. Paula said the same thing. You guys can spell it. I can't even say the word. I could probably ask Google. Smoothie. Just rolling on the floor and laughing. Rolling. Medicine bin Hippocratic, though. Medicine bin Hippocratic, though. If we want to get technical, he's the one who gets the credit, but it's not in the oath. So who knows? There we go. Sharon, I adore you. See, she's got it for me. There, good. Phonetically. Phonics. Hooked on phonics. That's how I raised my kid. Hippocrates. 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 Hippocrates? Hippocrates. Not Hippocrates. Hippocrates? Hippocrates? I think that's it. Oh, my Lord. This is one of those moments. Erin is probably snippeting this right now, and she's going to put me on. She's going to put me on a cartoon. I critic. Hypocritical. There we go. Hypocritical. Okay, so the important things this is my notes here. Some of the important things that I consider for I don't know. My miracle. My miracle is eating real food. That's my miracle. That's what helps me. Clean water. That should be everybody should have clean water in the world. Proper movement. I have said this maybe I said this last week. The motion is the lotion. So to move is lotion to your body. You can't just sit in a recliner day in and day out. Your muscles will atrophy. You will lose muscle tone and definition. I am very careful, as you know, walking because I don't want to fall. I think my back is pretty good right now. But this new hip, May 1st, I had it put in last year. I'm just a little schizoid about it right now. So that's my concern. But yet I'll still do the vibration machine. I will still do the walking pad. I just think to me, it's kind of a boring thing if I'm going to plug in this video and watch myself walk. Kendra is wonderful. Kendra does the most fabulous videos of her walking. She's fun. She's young. She's spry. She does it. She's the type of person I'd like to watch. Lynn, I would love to watch Lynn do exercises. Me, not so much. No, not so much. I believe in meaningful relationships, whether I coach belly to belly, as I say, handshake to handshake, or the meaningful relationships that we have as a keto, carnivore, simple human, one ingredient, proper diet. If I wanted to pull an apple from a tree, I'm going to look and there's not going to be an ingredient code on there. It's just going to, well, if I get it from a grocery store, there's going to be a UPC code on there, but it will say that it is a Jonathan apple, Macintosh apple, and then a barcode to scan so that I can pay for it. Single sourced, one ingredient foods. So I want to talk about the Plexus thing and the multi-level marketing thing that I was in. I'm still friends. I have a lot of friends over the 60, almost 65 years on this earth, friends that I have. Some of my friends still are into the Plexus. Some of my friends finally have the light bulb moment because they're talking about higher protein, but yet they're selling these supplements. So, of course, because I'm smarter, I've learned more, I've graduated from taking the Plexus supplements or the Barbie doll meals, eating off of a UPS truck, for Pete's sake. I did that for so many years. Well, Marie Osmond, she's my generation. If Marie Osmond can look this fabulous eating Barbie doll meals, I will order them too from QVC during the month of January, and I'll look just like Marie Osmond too. Yay! No, 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 no. Accent on the second syllable. Second syllable. We'll do it again. Hippocrates. There we go. I think I did it. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Do I need a British accent? The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. That was lame. Jerry, seriously. Just read them. Read them. I think you did a fist bump. I think Sharon fist bumped me. Word to the wise. Good. Don't get an electric recliner. Ooh, I don't plan on it. No, I don't. I don't plan on it at all. LOL. My father got one and he hated it. He said in case of a fire, he'd burn up before the chair would let him out. LOL. Whoa. The pink drink. That's it. Were you on that crap too? I said the C word again. Sorry. Were you on that? I was. Slim, they called it. Yes, I was. I bought that lie. And all of this, I'm going to do a post on that on Facebook. I'll do a post on Facebook. If I feel real sassy, I'll bring it up to music, but it won't be as entertaining as Aaron's. I had eggs with sardines and onions, 8 eggs, 2 cans of sardines, and a half a bag of frozen onions. Wow. Is there a lot of onions? I know you like onions. You talked about it today. But that sounds interesting. I have never had eggs and sardines. That I've never had. I've had eggs and ground beef. I've had eggs and sardines, not mixed all together with onions, but I'm not an onion person. If I put onion, it's onion powder as a flavoring, as a seasoning, not a condiment, as a seasoning. If I would make, like I make a carnivore chili, maybe I put a little bit too much red sauce in. I'm in no hurry to make any carnivore chili. I'm not. Okay, let's see, where did we end up? That was Dustin. And now we have good night, afternoon, Jerry. Hugs from Bon Bon. Hi, Bon Bon. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And good afternoon, good night, afternoon to you as well. Lynn saying, hello to you, Bon Bon. Smoothie. I know, right? Reminds me of Mrs. Wiggins. Tim Conway was he was good. He was Mrs. Wiggins, so funny. I love that show. I loved all of those variety shows back in the 70s. The Sonny and Cher show, the Tony Orlando and Dawn special, the Andy Williams Christmas special, all the things. Speaking of Christmas, I thought about this today too. Let me finish the chat. Mrs. Wiggins. LOL. Oh, say hello to Lynn. Lynn says hello. Bod says to Lynn. He complained the chair was too slow. Yeah, I can imagine. Ricky's saying hello to Bon Bon too. Listen, I thought of that too when the people at work said to me, Jerry, how can you possibly fast during the holiday season? I've been doing it now. This is my 15th year. And I told you guys at my job, we had a contest. It was called Hang On for the Holidays. They'd weigh you before Thanksgiving. You'd have to hang on to the half point. You'd win 50. And then if you won at the end, after you came back after New Year's, you'd weigh, and whoever had lost the most weight gets an additional 100. Well, for many years, Jerry got $150 of the company money year after year after. Oh, there was one year that I didn't because my friend wanted this. I don't know, it was one of those iPad-y things. She wanted that. And I said, okay, I guess I'll concede because that was the prize that year. So I let her win it. But I would have kicked her butt if I didn't let her win it. She's carnivore now too. Her husband is a rancher in Wisconsin. They own cattle, so that's what they do. And I can do without the Bouche Noel. I think that's what they call it. That cake roll business. I could do without the panettone Italian canned cake. I definitely don't want fruitcake. Eggnog, I kind of like it, but I can do without it. All of the familiar foods, the Christmas cookies, I can do without it. But realistically, we have the internet. If I wanted a Bouche Noel or a panettone, I can just Google Google.com, order anything Christmassy, have it delivered to my house. When we moved up here, we weren't as close to Chicago, where Jack is from. It was no big deal to go online and order deep dish pizzas from Chicago to be sent up here for him to eat them, us to eat them, because we've been here now for, this will be our 18th year here. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been up here. But you can order anything Christmas year round. You don't have to eat the Christmas foods. That would be like if somebody said to me, you can't have deviled, everybody calls them deviled eggs. I call them angel eggs. So I'm missing what the proper vernacular is with people. You can't eat deviled eggs in December. Oh, yeah, watch me. I will eat every one of those eggs for certain. 24 hours a day. We do not have Uber Eats or any of those car food delivery services. You name this. We don't have that up here. I couldn't even get an Uber. I had to get a proper taxi to pick me up at the dealership to take me to Eau Claire because Enterprise Rent-A-Car does not pick you up unless you're within a 10-mile radius. Well, Eau Claire to Bloomer is 35 miles because it's 45 miles from the Mayo Clinic to my door at my house. So I had to dig in my pocket and pay for a cab ride, one of those handicap kind of vehicles, except not the handicap vehicle that I own for the handicap business I had. No, it wasn't. I just know there's some statistics somewhere where it's written that if you are part of being a caregiver, a service, a community giver, you work in a soup kitchen, you belong to a church. If you go to church, you gain 7 years of your life. If you're a church participant, you belong to a church, that will increase your life by 7 more years. 14 years is if you're going to be part of a community, part of a service industry. Like I think probably many nurses are part of that in the service industry. And maybe not doctors, but then again, we have the Hippocratic Oath, right? Yeah. So is there something having to do with service or community? Strength in numbers. When we feel down, we feel like, uh-oh, you know what? I'm having one of those moments. There, you go on to YouTube at any given moment and you pull up anybody's video. Lately, you pull up YouTube and you will get a video, period, of people going live. Look, when I went live, there were 4 other people with me going live at the same time. It is 2:31. I'm doing pretty good on time. I think I am. And even with the chat, I think this is good. Around 100 grams of protein. Well, that's excellent. See, when you eat, when a person like Dustin just had the protein, he's full. He is less apt to grab a lasagna because he already ate. Oh, here, Dustin, can I offer you a lasagna? He'd be like, oh, no, I'm full. Protein fills you up. That's what these Plexus babes are talking about now. Oh, they want you to buy the lotions and the potions and pay all the fees. Oh, they want it. The regular monthly fee for Plexus right now, I think, is taking all the regulars, the pink drink and all their pills that they take during the course of their day, maybe 170. That's a guess. I don't remember what the picture said. Maybe 160. I don't remember, but I'll post it later. Every month. That's a lot of ground beef to buy. Yes, indeed. I love this positive mindset that I have. I don't like being a doom and gloomer, negative Nancy, negative Nelly. I don't like that. Sometimes I can be sassy. I can look at somebody and just think sassy thoughts, but I can't say it. I'm just looking at the stuff that I have and realizing, you know what? I don't need another bin of something because I have bins of other stuff. Less is more, isn't it? It's not as though, because right now you go to hardware stores beginning of the year, you have to pack up all your Christmas stuff, Christmas goods. Let's buy another bin and just keep storing stuff. I got the Christmas tree up. That's where it's going to stay. In the middle of a forest with lights on. You're going to be seeing this in July. Yes, indeed, you will be. Eggs and tuna are good. Right, Bonbon. Same what Dustin was eating. And you may have come on after Dustin announced what he was eating for eggs and sardines and onions for his breakfast, which was 100 grams of protein. Phenomenal. Hey, there's my friend, DC111. Hello, I like onions because then women don't want to kiss me. I can't keep them off of me otherwise. You know, you know. There you go. Same with garlic, I bet you. Hi, Twin Brook, says Bon Bon. And there's the girl, Cass. Hi, Cass. Are you waving? She's waving. Hi, Cass. I am so glad that you're on and you have the internet. Sharon's got my saying down pat. If you know, you know, Jerry. So true. So true. I love Tim Conway. He is super hilarious. So good. I knew what you meant. Yes, I did. We did work for Carol Burnett and her gay husband in the 90s. Wow. Looked like a Hollywood marriage to me. Really? Ooh. So interesting. Carol Burnett, I believe she's still alive. She was good humor too. John Pinette is the only one to make me laugh. Okay, Michael, I know you probably have YouTubes of him. You gotta share with me. Share me. Share with me, please, John Panette videos that you have. And Lynn is saying, hello to Carnivore Farm Mom Cass. And Cass is saying hello to Lynn. And here goes RR. Jerry, did Jack own a trucking company? Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, he did. Absolutely. He was born into a trucking company. The trucking company is still in business this day in Chicago, Illinois. I need to clear some snow. Take care all. Bye, Ricky. Good luck with your snow removal. Be careful. Uh-oh. Oh, I dropped. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Yikes! I dropped my mouse. I feel like old guy Carnivore. He gets discombobulated when he drops his. Bye, Ricky. And then saying goodbye, Ricky. Okay, I'm all caught up with the chat. Let's keep going. Positive mindset. I was saying, I was looking across the way and seeing the bins and seeing, gotta get rid of that stuff. I just have to. You have to say realistically, am I going to use that coat rack that I hadn't put on the wall since I've been up here, that I brought with me, one of those wall racks that I brought up with me from Franklin, where we lived 18 years later, and it's on top of a bin right now. Still, oh, it's good, it's nice. But do I really need it, or could somebody else use it? Could I put it on like Cindy on eBay? She does that. Less stuff. Get another bin. Get a storage unit. No, you, you just have a bill. It's continuing on. You keep out shelling out money, money, money for storage. We have got 3 cars in our garage right now that I'll tell you what, my vehicle would be perfect in there. This old iron, and maybe I'm just one of those wives, and only you guys would know, because guys would say, yeah, that's a typical woman. Get rid of the guy's SHI, get rid of it so she can bring her in her yarn. No, that's not the case. But you realistically have to look at things going, I'm watching this just deteriorate after a period of time. I'm watching that coat rack just sitting there collecting dust. If you know, you know. Yeah, what really is the purpose of food though? What is the purpose? It's supposed to sustain us. It's supposed to nourish us. That's the purpose of food. Why do you think God put the Garden of Eden in there for Adam and Eve to eat from? Animals eat from. Adam and Eve were supposed to tend to the garden, tend to the animals as well. We should be eating the single ingredient. I'm just looking, glancing at my notes. We don't need the ultra processed Doritos. We really need to be cognizant of grabbing Doritos, looking at the back. Okay, there's more than, let's just say five, more than five ingredients, put it right back. Or if it says anything, and so far as seed oils is concerned, and we all know the different names of seed oils, there's 61 different words for sugar. That I looked that up today. I asked the Alexa how many words there were, and that's what she told me for the word sugar. Sugar, Sugar, one word. 61 other terms for the same thing. Yeah, you can't pronounce it like Hippocrates. You shouldn't be buying it. Can't pronounce it. Cottonseed oil. Cottonseed. How big is a cottonseed? Any kind of seed. You can't get a drop of oil out of a cottonseed. And imagine the pressure it would take, in addition to the other agents, to push out the oil out of that cottonseed. Now you're going to ingest all that? Oh, yeah, those pretzels were a good decision for me to have. Yay. Keep on shoveling the Doritos, Jerry. Keep on going. No. Addict. You eat more, you buy more. It's a vicious cycle. It just goes on and on and on. And you have to get off the crazy wheel. I wrote, what did I write here? Man, morning notes here. Oh, dopamine rush. Yeah. Dopamine rush. The more of this stuff, the more of the Doritos and the chemical lab created stuff, the more we eat it, the more we want it. It's a rush, the dopamine feeling. Oh, I feel so good. I'm going to go out and get that candy bar because I have that little slump. Thank you, Snickers. You started that trend. Remember when they were writing on the Snickers bars? They weren't using the word Snickers. It would be derogatory terms, dopey, sleepy, that you would read that and therefore you'd see it and go, you know what? I feel sleepy. I think I'll grab this right now and eat that Snickers and I'll just get perked up right away. You are never, ever comforted by food. Realistically, think about it. After the whole entire big bag, like I used to eat, of Lay's potato chips are gone, did that empty bag comfort me at all? Did he show me any kindness and comfort? Nah, it didn't do anything. It didn't. What does do positive things is seeing, like I showed you the Amy picture, seeing the before Amy, the after Amy, the before Jerry, the after Jerry. I've had pictures that I actually had to get rid of, physical pictures that I threw out because I was ashamed of that person that I was. Are there electronic pictures of any of my fat pictures around there somewhere? Yeah. I think when Cindy interviewed me, I believe I sent her one of the pictures that I had taken while I was doing Plexus. As a matter of fact, once I got into Tudorland after doing the Plexus and I got to 299, I took a picture of myself. It was hideous. I was in at the time, 4XL, one of those shirts from, it was a men's big and tall store. And they had a dog, big dogs shirt. I was wearing one of those, my husband's old shirt. And I was standing there and I looked like a Oompa Loompa. I looked like a head with just arms that were, and now I can have my arms actually at my side, but my arms were, they were at my side. Overextending was my side of my body. But we should find comfort in our family. I looked, when I was looking at Amy's picture, And I scrolled, I saw the picture when she said in on her Facebook page how her family is starting to overtake her living room. I'm paraphrasing that her family's getting so big that they're starting to take over her family room of her house. Amy, if you're there, I apologize. Maybe I should probably read what you had wrote. But it's more important to have people than stuff. Imagine the hoarders. Amy had a house full of loving, happy, friendly, beautiful faces. Her mother. Want to know where Amy gets those dimples? You'll see that picture next to her daddy, her mama with those cute dimples. Amy, I could just squeeze her little face with those dimples. I love her. So stop searching for something special. You don't have a fear of missing out. Imagine the joy that you have from missing out, the joy in your health. I have the joy to talk to you after a couple, 1 week, I almost said a couple of weeks, after 1 week of being off of the fast and not having that gurgly noise business, having to constantly clear my throat shenanigans. I'm taking a sip of coffee. I am grateful that I don't personally wake up and have to have coffee right away. I've learned that little trick has been really helpful to me. They say, whoever they are, not to start off automatically with coffee. So I'm talking to people out there that's the first thing they do. People while their eyes are still shut, they're plugging in the coffee machine. I did the same thing as you guys. Same thing. Been there, done that. Now I wait a period of time, get everything flowing, everything in its natural course, take my shower, brush my teeth. Maybe I'll eat if I'm hungry. Today I didn't, but that's okay. After this live, I'm going to grab something to do for Cindy's live in the next 14 minutes. We don't have Uber Eats here or DoorDash or any of that stuff. Not out here in the country. How many more? I only have one more page, so I guess I'm good. Oh, I wrote this. Did you ever wonder why children these days have type 1 diabetes? That's astonishing. I listened to a podcast. It was not on YouTube, it was on one of those podcasting um, channels. And they were talking about the amount of children under the age of before high school 12, what is it? Did you get into high school 13, 14 that have type 1 diabetes. It's incredible. Why? Why is it the parents? The kids aren't buying the Doritos. Kids are eating the Doritos. Who's buying them the Doritos? I bought my kid everything on a coupon at Pick and Save. If it was a coupon item, we bought it. He had the toaster strudels and the Pop Tarts and all the convenience breakfast things. Here, grab this, get out, catch your bus so you go to school. You need some sustenance. Hold the phone. Just make some bacon and eggs, Jerry. Where was that, Jerry, years ago? Yeah, my son was overweight. It took him a while after when he was in college for his light bulb moment and protein to catch on before I did. And that was my kid. He learned it before I did. Maybe I kept him in a sheltered life. I don't know, probably. Yes, indeed. Well, I think that's it insofar as my notes are concerned. I just wrote the type 1 thing down. Let's see what the chat is talking about, if anything. Hey, BB's there. Bride's Biscuit says 48-hour water fast starts now. How long ago was that? That was at 2:30. Oh boy. Oh boy. Good for you. I'm going to be cheering you on for the next 48 hours. Fabulous. Marvelous. Now, I know that you have the girls, that you take care of the girls and you cook for them. I will answer this question as insofar as me. Every day I'll cook for Jack or the dogs. Now, Jack sometimes says to me, I'm not hungry. And I'll come home and he's got that bag of microwave popcorn in the garbage. He ate that. That was his sustenance. Or maybe he'll have some of the bananas that I got him from Quick Trip or Costco. And I'm thinking, what have you eaten all day? The truck hasn't moved. What are you eating? Candy bars? You have a hidden stash of something? How will you handle it? Like I handled it, cooking, even though I wasn't eating, cooking for the dogs, cooking for the husband. Is it going to be rough for you? It wasn't rough for me. It was mind over matter for me. So I hope you big time strength. Strength for sure. LOL. Me too, Jerry. I'm on Wi Fi calling here at home, so I had no phone either. Wow. Amazing. Oh, man. Isn't it something how we are so dependent on the telephone and the internet? Mm, I'm not water. I'm not dependent on the television. I can't tell you the last time I watched TV. I know it's in the background in my house. That I know Jack is watching the news, or he'll watch a um, woodworking show or a car show or whatever the case may be. But I don't watch Food Network the way I used to. None of that is important to me anymore. Not at all. I used to get enjoyment watching other people cook, but now I'm very critical in watching other people cook, especially on the Food Network when you see what's that show called? The Kitchen, with the five different, there's the chef and just different hosts of that show. And then they'll say something to the effect of, and then add a cup of vegetable oil, which is so good and so healthy for you. The daughter had something she sent me. I don't know. It wasn't a TikTok because she sent me a TikTok and I can't open it because I don't have that app and I refuse to get the app. If you know, right? So it was a dollar store find that this actress was, or influencer, that's the proper name. This influencer was saying, get this beef tallow at the dollar store for only $1.25. But don't have a lot of it, she said, because it's fat. She was a very skinny girl. So then I clapped back to the daughter saying that I was giggling when I heard that because fat doesn't make you fat. So I believe the daughter still thinks that fat she needs to stay away from. No, Linda, you needed to buy the chicken, the 2 chickens with the $10 gift card. But that's just me. Anybody else had anything to say before I shut down this stream and show up to Cindy on time? If you don't know Cindy DeManch, you need to get to find her. She is on today. That's her new channel time. New channel hours will be 4 o'clock Central, or I'm sorry, 4 o'clock Eastern. It'll be 3 o'clock Central in the next 6 minutes. And it's going to be a weekly event. So Cindy's going to be on, and then Juliet is going live with Doug at my time, 5 o'clock Central, and I think that's 6 o'clock Eastern. I always have to check my math. I needed a calculator in a real estate calculator to figure that out. Sharon, can you imagine? And then Amy at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, is talking about her recent diagnosis with her brand new doctor and what the game plan that she is going to talk about. So I'm excited to hear what her plans are and what she has in store to best suit her person and her needs. That's important for me. It's important for me to know that all of you out there are doing what works best for you. If you like that salad, go on with yourself. Do what's good for you. Please understand when I talk about me eating that one scoop of Culver's custard and I can't do it, there's a reason. So I'm not going to yuck your yum because I shouldn't yuck your yum. You shouldn't yuck my yum. We should just be one big happy community all together wherever we are in this big, beautiful world. So I want to thank those of you that have come on today. DS111, super interesting, said Sharon. And DS said, to Bride's Biscuit. Burnett was also significantly older than him, too. Ooh, the plot thickens. I'm liking this. I like it. I like it a lot. Advanced United? Question mark, question mark. What's Advanced United? I don't know. Did I miss something here? I probably did. I'm probably all caught up in myself. Like usual, Burnett was also significantly older than him, too. Okay, good. We got that one. Carnivore Jerry, when you finally closed the purse strings on your son, how did that go? Horrific. Did he get into monetary crises? Yes, he did. His aunt, which was my ex-husband's sister, she bailed him out and paid for his college tuition because I had to close the purse strings. I had to say enough is enough. When he cussed me out in downtown Milwaukee, I sent him to Milwaukee School of Engineering to become an engineer. And when he cussed me out, I grabbed him by his throat, well, his clothes by his throat. This is what I mean. Don't you ever said colorful choice words, talk to me like that again. Sometimes you have to close the purse strings or break the dish. It doesn't mean I don't love you and I don't care about you. It doesn't mean you can't ever come to my house. The husband right now, my husband, has nothing to do with my son. My husband will not allow my son in my home. But that's Jack. That's a sore spot. If you know, you know, right, Sharon? Hi, guys. Hi, Juliet. I'm just about to close up shop because Cindy's going live. Hello, John. Just about to close up because Cindy is leaving. Had a phone call. Says Ricky. Bye, Lynn. See you soon. I'm just closing up. Hi, Juliet. Says Paula Clark. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you, says Juliet. Here's Amy. I'm back. Sorry, I had to go see my sister at my parents'. Absolutely, you need that. I was just talking about your family picture. How you were saying how big your family is, that they're overtaking your house. That is good. It's good to have that. Better than having a hoarder house full of stuff. Rather, you have a house of love. Your house is full of love and people, not of stuff. That's important. Coca-Cola started putting the names on the bottles too. Yes, they did. And there were people in the ketogenic way of eating hoarding these stupid bottles. I gotta go real soon. Amy, awesome interview on John's channel. Yes, I saw it before I started live. And Amy saying, thank you, everybody, so much. Thank you, John. Thank you for everybody coming. Thomas, good to see you. Don't mean to cut you short. Love you. But I got to go to Cindy's. And Cindy is live right now. So it is Jack Cunningham. Hi, Lynn and Paul. Bride's Biscuit says, I cook every day, both carnivore and standard American diet. They eat some of both. No change there. They bake a lot at night. I just stay out of the kitchen. Not to get triggered. I'm well disciplined now. Good for you. Good for you. I love TikTok. If China wants me, they know where I am already. I like your attitude. 7 Eastern and Grandma is on. Right. And then Barbara's on after that. Right. I have a real estate calculator. Real estate math was always backwards to me. I can do trigonomic functions, but I had to take the math portion of the real estate class. Yeah, have a great evening, all. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you at Cindy's. You know we're going to Cindy's right now. I'm just saying goodbye to everybody. Take care. See you in the stream, says BB. Good night, says Schmookcast. Wait, I'll probably see a lot more of you later. You know you will. And there's Smoothie. Bye, everybody. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Let's go to Cindy's house now. And then Juliet's, and then Amy's, and then Barbara's, and so on and so on and so on. See you later.